Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and this video today is about what I managed to get painted for September for my painting resolution that I made beginning of this year now, all the way back in January. So yeah, first of all, let's have a look at what miniatures I've got painted. So we've got this werewolf zombicide Wolfenberg miniature, and he's like the abomination, and I used a lot of like washes to paint this one, and I think he turned out really quite well, considering I didn't do anything too special with him. He's a nice, quite imposing miniature actually when you see him size compared to a normal sort of 28-32mm miniature. So with that said, here is a miniature from Stargrave or Frostgrave, one of their gnolls. And as you can see, he's quite imposing. He's quite huge, and I really enjoyed painting him. Nice sculpt. So these gnolls, which I got when I bought the Stargrave Nick starter, you had a couple of gnolls chucked in, and yeah, they're okay sculpts. They're okay. They can be converted into like these modern or sci-fi miniatures, okay, but they weren't built for that, and you can kind of tell that too. So here's another one that I managed to paint. Again, painted in my style, sort of a quick and easy style. The basing is a Geek Gaming base, I think it's City Rubble or something like that, mixed in with some greenery to make it look a little bit less stark. So yeah, and this is the last one that I painted, and yeah, like I said, they're not particularly great miniatures, and they haven't got an awful lot of detail on them, but they're okay as bad guys that I'm going to be mowing down probably. They'll do. So here is a miniature from Saga. Also, of course, going to be used for my Dead Zone, because I'm really looking forward to Dead Zone 3.0 being released. So this is like a commander for the Enforcers Force. Painted up in the style I use for my Enforcers, so, nothing too amazing done here, but he fits in well with my other Enforcers. And he looks good enough. So next we have the first of these little goblins. I forget what they call the Gremlins. I think it is in Mallophone, and I really like these miniatures. They got a lot of character to them and take paint really well. My only really huge gripe for these miniatures is how many parts it takes. Like, this miniature is tiny, and he took like 6 or 7 parts to put him together. It was madness. It was like, well, why would you do that? But the actual miniature is really nice, and he paints up really good. There's a lot of character to these guys, so really you don't have to be brilliant at painting in order to get them to stand out. I really like this guy, using poor old Bomb Pig, so he's got his torch and all this dynamite strapped to this poor pig's back. Yeah, they're really fun little miniatures, and yeah, maybe I'll use them for my Stargrave crew. I think that might be quite funny actually, having a bunch of gremlins running around, Captain Bum or something, But yeah, as you can see by the size of my finger to their heads, they are tiny little miniatures. And this is the last one I got painted of these Mallophone miniatures. Like I said, look at if you just look at the skin, you can see like the folds and the raised parts. The texture is so lovely how they've made these miniatures. That it makes it easy to paint, and I really enjoyed painting them. Like I said, putting them together, not so much, but actually painting them was really fun. And they got a lot of character. So the next lot is going to be an awful lot of these miniatures I'm going to be showing you. These are the Zombicide Green Horde miniatures, and these are like zombie orcs, etc. And they're really nice miniatures, and they come in quite a few different poses. I really enjoyed painting them. They're not great the way I painted them, but the actual miniatures were nice and clean. There weren't that many, if any. I don't think I saw one mold line that I needed to clean or anything. Yeah, they're really nice. I didn't paint them anything special because for a board game there's going to be hundreds of them, and I don't really want to be taking it forever with each miniature when they're cannon fodder basically, and I'll be able to use them in other games. So because I'm going to be showing you loads of the same here, while I'm showing you them, I'm going to just go over my thoughts for next resolution for next year, actually. So I want to not do this next year. I don't want to be doing like one a day every day, because it takes an awful lot of time for me to do that. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll try and maybe for my resolution maybe go back to try and make maybe a couple of videos a month, or maybe even a video a week, instead of doing this, because I think maybe you get more out of this, and I think I would enjoy it more, because I'm putting pressure on myself at the moment to paint these miniatures, and I'm really not putting my full effort into them, and I would like to try that for a little while, put a bit of my full effort into them, because I enjoy painting, and I don't really want to I don't want to have to rush through it in order to hit this mark that I've set myself. So maybe for my next resolution it'll be like, making 2 videos a month instead of like just the one at the moment. Or maybe, I don't know. Give me your thoughts down below, Let me know what you think. And maybe what sort of things do you want to see? Do you want to see more painting logs? Do you want to see more of me building stuff? Do you want to see me playing through games or rules explained, etc.? Let me know, because this is a small channel, every single one of you will be listened to, because it's not like, oh well, I got a million other people who want to watch this or whatever, so you don't get lost in the noise, so if you really want me to do something, say down below, and I'll think about it. This is still just really my hobby channel, and it's just me doing my thing. But I would be quite happy to have some sort of direction from you guys of what you want to see coming up into the future. So yeah, as you can see, they're generally I've done most of them the same colour, but I've done some of them with different skin tones, because I think there's probably ethnic groups amongst orcs, though I'm not quite sure how that would work, but I can't see why they would all be one shade of green or brown or whatever. Just like us humans, we're all different colours, and makes it a bit less boring. So there, this month I did manage to paint 29 miniatures. So I did fall short of my one a day painting challenge, which is a bit annoying, because I was only one out, which is the worst amount to be out. But when adding it to the rest of the miniatures that I have done so far this year, that takes me up to 301, I think it is. So I'm really on track to reach my one a day for the whole year of 2021. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And like I said, it was a challenge, and I'm quite glad to have done that challenge. I won't be doing it again anytime soon because I feel like I'm rushing through these miniatures in order to get them done instead of enjoying it, you know, which is really the point of having a nice hobby like this. So yeah, as you can see, those were the different skin tones, and a good example of the different skin tones for the same characters, etc. And you can even see it with these ones. There's a lighter green and a darker green. And like I said before, these miniatures I think can be used for a lot of different purposes. I wouldn't even say that they have to be zombie orcs. You know, they could be quite easily be normal orcs on a game of role playing or whatever. So with that, that's the end of my video for this month, and maybe I'll try and get another video out this month. You know, try and get back into the swing of things to start releasing a bit more again. With everything going on, there's a lot of stuff going on, as you know, in the world at the moment. It's been throwing me off a bit, but yes. But until next time, goodbye from Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.